Hello everyone, John Seckers here with my friend Diane.
Hi.
We met on the internet several years ago now.
Yes.
And I visited you last year here in California and had a good time, so now I'm back again.
Right.
And we've made some videos, and I thought it would be fun to interview you for a video so my viewers can get to know you better, because I think you're a fascinating individual.
Thank
and I think
you.
your story is very inspirational. Okay, well, we'll start out with veganism, which we talk about a lot.
Yes.
Because we want to make a world where all this unnecessary suffering isn't happening anymore.
Right.
And so could you please tell your vegan story when you went vegan?
Okay. I joined social media, and I met, right off the bat, I met a couple of vegans, and at the time I was a humane meat advocate and I really thought I was doing a good thing. I thought I was being compassionate. I didn't really know any different. And they helped me to see the light. They posted, videos and articles, and were very supportive of my transition, because I knew I had to change. I knew I wasn't doing the right thing anymore, and I had to do better. So becoming vegan was really a big step, a wonderful step, a great feeling.
And you tried some vegan products like vegan cheese and
Right.
vegan ice cream, vegan meats and that sort of thing, and you were pleasantly surprised?
I was, very much so, yes. And I love to cook, so it was, fun. It was actually fun veganizing all my old favorites that had things in it that were products of torture, and now I was suddenly having plant-based things that were absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and your husband went vegan too?
He did. It took him about a little bit over a year after I did. I was able to kind of push him in that direction. One day he declared, "Okay, I'm ready."
Great.
Yeah.
And then, besides being vegan, you got into promoting veganism.
Yes.
And so talk about how you got into activism.
Well, I knew when I was vegan that I wanted to do more than just, not eat animals. I wanted to actually do something to make the world a better place. So I got into leafleting with vegan outreach. That was my first, very nervous at the first time. I'm generally a shy person, and the idea of approaching strangers and handing them something was a little bit intimidating. But after I'd done that for maybe about, an hour or so, I started to feel more relaxed, and I thought, I can do this, I can handle this.
So did you contact Vegan Outreach and say you'd like to do
I did.
leafleting and they sent a professional?
Right, someone referred me to the person in this area that handles that, and so I had a professional to work with. So that was nice.
Great.
Yeah.
What did you say to people when you handed it out?
I just said information to help animals.
Perfect, that's what I say as well.
Right.
And besides Vegan Outreach, you've also done some work with the group Direct Action Everywhere.
Yes, I have. That's who I'm working with right now. And I love what they do. They do a lot of creative protests, disruption, and open rescue.
Okay, by disruption, if you could explain that a little bit.
Sure.
Like say, what's an example of a disruption?
A disruption is to basically go into a place that serves products of violence and speak up for the animals, speak up loudly and clearly. And we try not to direct anything to individuals and just strictly direct it at the system, itself.
Right.
And attack the system and and talk about why animals deserve to be free.
Mm-hmm. So if people wanted to see examples of disruptions done by members of Direct Action Everywhere, they can look up videos on YouTube and they can see examples.
Yes, absolutely. And then go to Direct Action Everywhere's website. We have a website that's really got a lot of good information on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as open rescue, that means like going into a place that is exploiting animals and filming the conditions and if you can, liberate some of the animals.
Exactly. That is what it is. And I was able to fortunately have a part in that recently, and was able to help with the rescue of two lovely turkeys named Sarah and Angie, and they're now happy and healthy and living the good life. So that was a good feeling.
Awesome. And something else that I love that you're into now is not being so much of a big-time consumer like you used to be.
Oh, yes.
You used to have a bit of a shopping problem.
Yeah, it was more than a bit of a shopping problem. It was actually a full-blown addiction. And it pretty much happened when I was younger, and I have a history of depression, so I was very depressed, and I found something that actually was like a little bit of a drug for that, and it was shopping, and I would just have to, if I came home, I had a lousy day at work, I was like, well, at least I can go shop and I can go have some fun and decompress and feel better. And that was basically, no different than coming home and having a few drinks. It was my way to feel better. And it was not a healthy way to live at all.
Yeah, so it's awesome that now you get your highs not from shopping, from doing things to make the world a better place.
Exactly, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, you get your highs from doing activism.
I do indeed, yeah, that really helps.
Something else that I love about you is that you're against the death penalty.
Yes.
I am as well. And I recently watched a video and it upset me to read the comments and see people writing in support of the death penalty. But then I remembered what helped me to feel better about this and to feel more hopeful is to remember that you used to be in favor of the death penalty.
Yes, I was indeed. In fact, I was kind of raised that way. I was always taught that there are people in the world that are just born pure evil, and that the world is a better place without them. And unless they're put to death, they're just going to continue to, cause misery everywhere they go. So I grew up feeling that way, and I never understood people that were against the death penalty. I can remember a news story where they showed people doing a vigil for a death row inmate that was about to be put to death, and the people were crying, and I thought, where are your tears for the victims? Why do you care about this person that caused so much destruction? Which I realize now, it may not have even been, he might have not even been the person that did it, but I didn't think about that at the time. And now I've just completely done a complete turnaround, and I really think that the death penalty is evil and it's barbaric, and I'd love to see it abolished.
Yeah. Something else we have in common that helps us to feel empathy for everyone is that we don't believe in free will.
That's true, yes. Yeah, that's been an enormous help, and I thank you for that, John.
Oh.
Because you were the one who first, talked about, not having free will, and at first I thought, okay, that doesn't make any sense. I get up in the morning, I choose whether, what I eat for breakfast, what I wear, that's my choice, is my free will, but I didn't understand the concept. And now I do, and I understand, we really don't. We're products of our genetics and mostly our life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And, knowing that makes it much easier to empathize with people that maybe do bad things, but you realize it came from somewhere. It was a series of events that led up to that moment in time.
Yeah, sometimes I see vegans sharing a post that says something like, why experiment on animals when there are pedophiles in prison?
Right,
and so we won't see you sharing anything like
no,
that.
No, absolutely not. Maybe many, many years ago I would have been of that type of mind, but now I just find those comments really sad, very sad.
Yeah, yeah. But speaking about sadness, I'd like to talk about depression a little bit.
Sure.
Because I have some friends who are dealing with depression, and I know you've had some problems with that in the past too.
Yes,
and do you find different ways to deal with that?
Yes. I've been really lucky. It's been about 3 years since I've had a bout, but I know it's a chronic illness, and it may come back at any time. But I did hear a wonderful quote. I don't know who it was by, but it was very helpful. It was just, what you resist persists. And it kind of resonated because whenever I'm depressed, I always try to push back really, really hard and, feel guilty and ashamed of feeling that way because I have a good life. But really, depression isn't about whether you have a good life. It's an internal thing, and it doesn't have anything to do with it, anything external like that. It's just an illness like any other illness. So I've just become a little bit more kind to myself about that. And I found it very helpful. I now just don't push back hard and just relax into it and accept it's just part of life, part of my life.
Yeah, yeah. We both have basically the same dream of a world where nobody's being used.
Right.
And we get rid of capitalism, and we all come together as one and work together for the common good,
Exactly.
and help each other. And so let's keep on spreading the good word about veganism and speak out against capitalism.
Yes.
And do you have any final words, Diane?
I just hope that everyone will, take some time to think about, first of all, becoming vegan, because that really is a huge step for not just mostly the animals, of course, but also for the environment, even for your own health. And, and once you get there, work with us to make the world a better place, and work with us to help us liberate all animals and make the world a better place. I think that would be great. I'd love to have your help.
Very good. Go vegan, everybody.
Yes, indeed.